Hi everyone, welcome to Builder Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, and this is a replay sent to me from MatchyHK from Ray's Clan. Matchy's running around in his Object 140, the Tier 10 Russian medium tank, which is a favourite of people who like to play clan wars, platoons, strongholds, which are coming back to Builder Tanks very soon, and lots of other different types of gameplay. You can see Matchy's on an encounter battle on Ensk, as he puts a shot towards it. The Centurion Action X doesn't manage to land it though. It's got a pretty quick rate of fire. The Object 140 average 320 hit points of damage for 264 mils of penetration. For the APCR rounds, 330 for premium ammunition, as he puts a shot into the IS-7, and he also picks up a little bit of spotting damage on the enemy artillery, which must be pretty low health because he got 400 on the M40, M43. And so he must be not too far away from being taken out of the game. And he does get taken out of the game. Bounces a couple of shots, or bounces a shot from the IS-7. Of course, the Object 140 is often compared to the T62A, which if you've been following this channel for a while, you would have seen a few of Matchy's games on the T62A, which he 3-marked not so long ago. And I'm guessing that maybe he's trying to do the same with the Object 140, using the turret to very nicely at the moment in this battle on Ensk, bouncing those IS-7 shots seemingly at ease. He hasn't managed to do a great deal of damage though. He's picked up some spotting damage. He's bounced nearly 1,000, and he's just picked up 974 so far with that last shot. 2-1's the score. Matchy's team have lost their T49, the enemy team have lost an IS-3 and the Tier 8 American artillery. Doesn't bother to fire at the IS-7's turret. Of course, the IS-7's turret is pretty strong. Looks like Matchy and this E4 having a little bit of a... both want to be in the same spot. And the AMX 1375 proving to be no problems whatsoever for the Tier 10 Russian Guard on the Object 140. 2-1 still the score. If you look at the minimap, looks like a lot of tanks from the enemy side are pushing the field. Even though it's an encounter battle and the objective is in the middle of the map, it looks like the vast majority, in fact every tank that's been spotted has been spotted on the field towards where Matchy is. And Matchy's not going too far forward because he's got plenty of backup. When you look at the minimap, you've got 3 tank destroyers. They lose their artillery there. Not unusual on Ensk. It is very easy to get spotted from the whole length of the map. Got some tank destroyers, and of course a Batchat and an IS-7 over there, but also another Batchat behind him. So there's no use Matchy doing the right thing and not pushing straight into these enemy tanks because they are quite heavy, and his team are down 2 to 4. But Matchy's just getting warmed up. He's done 2,500 hit points of damage, make that nearly 3,000 hit points of damage. Blocked nearly 1,500 and spotted nearly 1,400. So he's having a pretty good game. He's still on full health, which is a good situation to be in when you've already done a little bit of damage and you've still got your hit points to play with to put some pain into the enemy tanks. It looks like his teammates around him are not as fortunate as Matchy though. They've looked like they've copped a little bit of damage. The E4 and the Batchat both well below half health, so they need to be a little bit conservative. That E4 is a one-shot for anyone who can manage to penetrate him, which is not often an easy task. Matchy's just hanging around this area as the other Object 140 kills the Jag Tiger, clawing the score back 3 to 5. But of course they lost the Death Star in that little skirmish as well. Looking for a shot in the side of the IS-7. The IS-7 not making it easy for Matchy. And Matchy just looking for a nice clean shot into the side of the Russian heavy tank. That shot's not going to be the shot that kills him. You can see they're doing a little bit of a push up the 6-7 line as Matchy takes out the FE215B and the Object 268 takes out the 121. But still plenty of tanks and plenty of hit points up for grabs. I can't see how this Jag Panzer being very, very brazen straight up the railway lines there. Obviously, it's a bit of a... It's got pretty good armour, the Jag Panzer, and he's been able to go straight up the line. 6-8 now is the score as Poo Poo Young in the Object 268 picks up his 3rd kill and that Jag Panzer finally gets taken out of the game. Now it's time for Matchy to use his hit points, try and outmaneuver and out DPM this IS-7, but he's getting a bit of attention from the other side of the map there, the Batchat and the AMX. Batchat gets killed by the WZ-120, and Matchy now with the score on 8-9. He needs to stay alive to win this game. The Object 268 having a brilliant game, picking up his 4th kill and saving Matchy from getting any more damage from that tier 10 Russian heavy tank. 9 apiece is the score now, as I've seen some medium tanks pushing up towards the north, and you'll be looking at them and saying there's a couple of kills to be had there. Picks up the first kill on the Centurion Action X, a British tier 10 medium tank, for his 2nd kill of the game, and for the first time the scoreboard is in MatchyHK's favour. Puts a shot into the side of the grill, bringing him down to 481 hit points. Looks like he's aiming his way, but he gets another cheeky shot into the back wheel of the German tier 10 tank destroyer. He gets killed by the Jag, so Matchy puts a shot into that WZ-120, the tier 9 Chinese medium tank. 11-9 the score now. Matchy now probably looking to try and maximise his score in this battle. 11-10, so they haven't really won it yet. He's only on 460 health, and that E100 could quite easily send him back to the garage with one well-placed shot. But Matchy gets him tracked, picks up some more spotting damage, and now with that big E100 looking the other way, Matchy looking just to farm a little bit of damage on the backside of the big German heavy tank, keeping him tracked and picking up some damage and some assisted damage. His assisted damage up to 3,500 now, damage done nearly 6,000, 5,721, with the score on 12-10. Matchy is having an absolute ripper. You can see that he's also running food as his premium consumable, and it looks like he's letting the other 3 or 4 tanks go for that WZ-120, and Matchy looking for that Object 140, which I can't remember what kind of health he was on, but didn't get drawn into that northern skirmish. Probably more content to sit back and pick up a couple of kills. Finally sees the Object 140. Here's a one-shot. Matchy luckily bounces the shot from the Russian tier 10 medium tank and fires clutch and picks up his 3rd kill. Now he's looking for that 1375, takes one shot and another quick, well-placed shell straight into the side of the French light tank. Confirms the kill for Matchy in his encounter battle on Ensk, as we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. Not surprisingly, it's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, a Bruiser, Spotter for all that spotting damage you did, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for effect, Shell-proof for having the total damage blocked by armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle and survive. And of course, a steel wall in an Object 140. I don't think it's anything I've ever done, but I tell you what, that wasn't a bad game at all. Picked up the high caliber for doing the most damage, and have a look at that second page. 6,194 hit points of damage, 4 kills for a base experience score of 1381. 2,990 hit points blocked. Damage blocked by armour, and I think the Object 140 has about 1,800 to start with, so he's had not a bad one there, and nearly 3,500 spotting damage. That would have greatly contributed to that Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Of course, Poo Poo Young having a pretty good game there with 4,000 damage, 4 kills, and he saved Matchy's backside once or twice. And Knight Rider in his Batchat not having a bad game either. But there was a few passengers on both sides by the looks of it, but not a bad result. Lost a few credits. Of course, the cost of the consumables, 20,000 credits comes into that, and the ammunition cost a hell of a lot too. He must have fired quite a bit of premium ammunition. But not a bad game from our mate MatchyHK from Raise Clan in his Object 140 on the encounter battle in Ensk. Thanks for the replay, Matchy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.